welcome to another session of Mama Board by Apps Flyer. My name is Jacopo Guanziroliga. I'm the ad monetization manager at Social Point. Social Point two main games are Dragon City and Monster Legends, and they have more than 100 million downloads on the stores. And as we are serving rewarded videos, you can imagine we have millions of daily impressions. So today we are going to see that actually eCPM is not the right KPI to look at if you want to judge the performance on ad monetization. So normally we are thinking, I see good eCPM, everything is going well. I see lower eCPM, we are doing something wrong, but actually it's not the case. There are more elements to take into account, and eCPM is just one of them. So actually, to start, we are taking a step back, and we are thinking and talking about the connection between user acquisition and ad monetization. Because finally, they are two sides of the same coin. So from a UA perspective, when I want to drive install to my app, I will launch campaigns, and this campaign will be watched by a user probably after other campaigns. So what does it mean? It means that as many videos the user will watch, our conversion rate is going to decrease. So the first video the user will see are the ones with the most efficiency. This is something that we think about when we are bidding. So the higher the bid will be for our campaigns, the most possibility it will be to be shown before other campaigns of other advertisers. So having a higher bid will position us better, and the conversion rate will increase thanks for a better ranking. So the whole concept can be reflected into ad monetization from an ad monetization perspective. So basically, when we have users playing our game, engage with the rewarded videos, the more video they will watch, the lower the conversion rate will be. So the less the advertiser is willing to pay for to have install, to drive install to their application. So that's why I want to introduce you two new elements here. One is engagement and one is frequency. So if we focus on engagement, we focus to have more impressions between 1 and 3 or 4. So the first impression where we have high value and high eCPM. The more impression we will show, the lower the CPM will be. So we will add less value to our ad monetization. So as we were talking about engagement and frequency, let's see what they actually are. Let's make some example here. Let's say that in our application we have 4 daily active users, and only one of them is watching rewarded videos. In this case, 1 out of 4 users is engaged. So unique impression divided by daily active users, it would be 25%, 1 out of 4. If we want to look into frequency, having the same example, we have 4 daily active users. 2 of them are watching videos. 1 of them is watching 10 videos, and the other one is watching 2 videos. In this case, the total of impression we are serving is 12. And as we have 2 unique impressions, so 2 users actually engaged into rewarded videos, our frequency will be 6. So on average, our users are watching 6 videos. This is really important to introduce my next example, where we can understand how frequency and engagement can influence the performance on ad monetization. So in this case, we have 4 daily active users. 2 of them are watching videos, and they are watching 5 videos each. So our total impression is 10. In this case, we have 4 daily active users, and just 1 of them is watching videos, and is watching more video actually, is watching 15 videos. So you might think, well, in this case, more video are watched and more revenue we will get. This is actually not the case, because if we look at the graph we were speaking about before, we can see that in this case we are adding impression with high eCPM, whereas in the second example, just 1 user is watching many ads. So we are adding this value to our waterfall, so low revenue impressions. So it's really important because actually less impression can bring more value to our ad monetization because of the higher eCPM. So a better engagement, we will have more premium impressions and higher revenue, whereas when we have higher frequency but less engagement, we are adding long tail impression with lower value. That's why we can have lower revenue too. So as we introduce the principle of engagement and frequency, let's talk about the main takeaways here. So if in our app, into time, the engagement will always be the same, but we are increasing the frequency, so the same users are watching more ads, what's going to happen is that our average eCPM will go down. There will be some kind of inflation on our eCPM. That's why we have to take a step back and look at more factors to understand how to improve our performance. And eCPM is not the right KPI we want to look at. It would be better to look at ARPDAU. ARPDAU is average revenue per daily active user. So whenever we are doing any change into our app and we want to see if it's successful or not, we should look at ARPDAU, and if we will have more ARPDAU, something is good. If it's going to decrease, it has a negative effect and we have to change something. So as we introduce these two factors, engagement and frequency, and we know how important is engagement, I will tell you a few tips how to increase actually the engagement. So the first one would be make sure that ads are part of the core loop. What does it mean? They have to feel like part of the game. They have to feel natural. They don't have to interrupt the experience of the player, and they have to be appealing. The reward that we will give should be something that the users are interested in. They use different placement for different users. So it's very important to try to understand which ad is important for each type of users. And you have to experiment a lot. For example, you can have a login reward, and wherever the user enters in the app for the first time of the day, watching a video can double the reward. Or if we have a cooldown, like we have to wait 10 minutes to open a chest, you can watch a video and you can cut the time you have to wait. So it's very important that we experiment with many ad placement. And this is introducing me to the third point, which is A/B testing. So testing is really important because every app is different, and the mix of ad placement you need to find, it will be unique. We cannot say there is one mix that it works for all apps, so you have to test it. Apply a dynamic impression cap. So this is very important to contain the frequency. If we have 4 ad placement and each one of them has a cap of 10 impressions, we possibly end having 40 impressions per day for the same user. And this is something we don't want, because if a single user will watch 40 videos in one day or one session, we are adding this impression, low eCPM, and they won't bring a lot of value to our ad monetization. So having a dynamic cap, let's say we can watch 10 videos across all the placement we have, we will still make sure that we are providing high eCPM impressions. To end with, promote limited time events to drive traffic to videos. So you want to have more users connected to your rewarded videos, and introducing some limited time events will push users that are usually not watching video to possibly try them. So if we have a limited time event that can be just for this day, you can get this reward, or this day we will increase the impression cap from 10 to 20. Maybe you are engaging some users that before they were not watching videos. So that's it for today. Thank you for watching. If you have any comment, please go ahead and write below. And if you are interested in any of the other Mama Board sessions by AppsFlyer, please follow the link below here. Thank you. Bye-bye.